national rep to tell us all of the special tricks and tips that he uses. Everett, here you are.
Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I wanted to ask you first, is there a speaker up here you can...
Bluetooth speaker?
Either that, or I can plug in one either way, or I'll hold it.
Where's
to the
John?
microphone. I was just wondering if there was one available.
We did have a Bluetooth speaker up here before.
Yeah, the Victor streams, you know, darn things don't Bluetooth. But that's okay.
Can you put a mic next
I
to
can
it?
hold it up to a mic, yeah, when I do it. When I demonstrate it, I will. No, I'll do it. That's fine.
That's what my brother tells me. Get out, get out.
It's okay, then. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here. Joe has really been very hospitable. He has just been a wonderful guy to work with. I've also learned... I've also learned don't sit by him. You will get recruited to do things. So that's why I'm here, my understanding is I sat by him at a board meeting and now I am bored. I'm here. So it's been exciting. Greetings from the national office. I'll be talking a lot about that as the week goes on. So I was asked to bring some technology and talk about different technology things. So first I'll talk a little bit about myself and what I do in technology in Utah. So I work for the Division of Services for the Blind in Utah. I've worked there since 2005. I started out as a teacher. I taught home management, technology, a little bit of cane travel. I basically kind of did everything. But I mainly worked one-on-one with students that had multiple impairments that couldn't do well in a regular classroom. I did that position for a year. The agency thought that I wasn't being utilized well enough. They thought I could do a lot more. And the technology position came open. Basically, they call it the assistive technology specialist. That position came open. I was urged to apply. I applied and got the job, and I've been in that role ever since. That started about 2006. I really didn't know a lot about technology when I first started. I just became a student and started learning from others. I have some great teachers in the state of Utah. Have any of you ever heard of or met Carl Smith? He has been around a long time. He owns a technology company called Access Technology in Utah. And he's a vendor there, and he became a very close friend. I started learning from all kinds of other Federation members, some that worked at the agency and many others that didn't, and just started picking things up and getting quite familiar with them. One of the things that I was able to get involved in right away was the board for the Library for the Blind, and that started getting me into technology about the library. I got appointed to the audio committee on a national level, representing all of the western coast states, and got to be on the advisory committee that put together the new, well, not necessarily new, but it's been around for a while, but the digital talking machine player that you guys use a lot today. How many of you use that today?
Yeah!
So I got to help be a part of the group that designed that and put in some of the features. So it's been a lot of fun to be a part of that. Then I was appointed more recently to the FCC Disability Advisory Committee. So how many of you know what the FCC is?
Yeah, I know what that is.
So we work on everything related to communication, and I represent the National Federation of the Blind on that committee. One of the things that we are working on diligently is descriptive audio. How many of you use descriptive audio? Yeah. Good. So one of the things we are working on all the time is how to increase descriptive audio, how to make it more readily available to individuals across the country. and make it more of a mainstream. And then we're also trying to put together a main source, where a one-stop shop where you can get all of your descriptive audio information. And so those are the different types of things we work on there. We also work on, we're trying to get YouTube and Google now to add audio description to YouTube videos. It's been mandated that closed caption be put on those, but for some reason audio description has not been mandated. We're working on that, and the FCC is assuring us that they're trying to put that together. We're looking at different ways of getting audio description to you. So, now you can definitely, how many of you use Comcast? Well, and if you've used the Comcast, the new, what's that called? The X, yes, that's it, thank you. The X1, have any of you used that? And have you turned on the speakers where it talks to you?
Yes.
Good. It's pretty phenomenal how that works. Well, that's that Comcast, they were the leaders. They were the first one to put up something like that. According to a contract deadline, by the end of this year, so it's going to come very soon, but by the end of this year, there will be, all of the other companies will have to have something similar available. So DirecTV, they will have a talking menu system added to their platform in their devices. Any other, I don't know what the cable TV providers are.
Cablevision?
Fios.
Yeah. So they are supposed to have it. That's Dish Network. They're supposed to have it. We have Quest CenturyLink out in Utah, and they'll have it there as well. So it's supposed to be. It was a mandate, and it's supposed to happen by the end of this year. There's no type of changes where it's going to be extended or anything else. So I'm expecting it to be released very soon and to be available. So the best thing, if you're looking for information on that, audio description in theaters, in your local TV, the best thing is to go to the FCC's website. You just simply put in fcc.gov, and that'll take you to their website. You'll want to look for things related to, they can put in a search field, descriptive audio, and it'll find that. Sometimes you can put descriptive video. Some people call it descriptive video, some people call it descriptive audio. But either one will find you in the right direction on the FCC's website. And you can learn more about it. You can even ask questions to them, and you can send them questions right through the website. They get back to you very quickly. They have a lot of great employees that are very interested in getting more information from individuals. So if this is something that you are wanting to see more of, you've got to become your voice. That's what the National Federation of the Blind is all about, right? Being our voice, speaking our mind, advocating for our rights. And that's what you're going to want to do with this agency. And tell them anything else that you think is not right with regards to communication. Think about things like your devices that we use every day. Things like the washing machine, things like the dryer, things like the microwave. Well, those all are related to technology. They have some communication tools in them, and the FCC has some jurisdiction over those. So you can even pose questions about those types of things. We just bought a new home in Utah, my wife and I, and we were buying a new washer and dryer for that. And I was amazed at the washer and dryers now. They still have some of them still have dials, but the dial it goes 100 different directions and does different things in each direction. And there's no way to memorize the way it used to be. So it's kind of fascinating. I wanted to talk to you about some different other things too. First and foremost, how many of you are Braille readers in the room? How many of you own a Braille display? Much fewer than what we heard for Braille readers, and a little quieter. So, how many of you don't own a Braille display because you can't afford it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's why many people don't have a Braille display. Well, we are changing that. The National Federation of the Blind has been part of a Transforming Braille project that's been going on for quite some time. Jim Gashel was representing us in this project. It's basically a collaboration, a partnership with other blind entities like the Royal National, RNIB, Royal National Institute for the Blind, the Perkins School for the Blind, the American Printing House for the Blind. These were all parts of it that partnered together. They invested money, so all of these entities invested money to put this Transforming Braille project together and basically develop a Braille display that is affordable. So affordable to me is, something that I could pay off in a quick amount of time. Something that I could, I could save up a little bit of money for, whether it be, $10, $25 a month. I can put that away in a savings account, and maybe by the end of the year, I have somewhere between $300 and $500 at the end of the year. See, that's not extremely expensive, right? That's a low, easy way where you just put a little bit of money away, and in 1 year, putting a little bit each month, in 1 year, you would have enough to somewhere between $300 and $500, right? Well, that's how much this Braille display is going to cost. It is going to be somewhere between $300 and $500. They're very close to announcing the price. They've already created the Braille display. Now, on average, any other Braille display that you would purchase from any other company, how much do you think it would cost?
A couple thousand.
Yeah, a couple thousand. There are some under 2,000. There's some smaller Braille displays that are 14 cell from Freedom Scientific, and that's definitely under 2,000. HIMS has the Smart Beetle, and that's under 2,000. But still, it's definitely over $1,000. This Braille display has been promised that it will not cost more than $500, which is pretty phenomenal. And this is a 20 cell Braille display. So those other ones that I just mentioned, the Smart Beetle and the Focus, they're only between around 14 cell Braille displays. This one is a guaranteed 20 cells of Braille. So much like the smaller, close to the original Braille Note, which was 18 cells, or the original PackMate, which was 20 cells. This is the same thing, a 20 cell Braille display. It will have the ability to Bluetooth with devices. It will also have the ability to connect via USB. So you can use this Braille display with iPhones, Android phones, even Windows mobile phones. They're saying it's going to work with those. It will also plug into a computer, and you can use it as a Braille display with your computer or your iPad or a tablet of some kind, like the Microsoft Surface Pro tablet. So it is going to be compatible with any of those types of things. It will work with JAWS. It will work with VoiceOver. That they're guaranteeing us that. The VoiceOver may take them a little longer because Apple takes a little longer to recognize new devices and get them on their platform than other screen readers do. But it will work with JAWS pretty quickly. It will work with NVDA, so that's pretty fascinating news. And this Braille display is supposed to be released by the end of the year. It could be early next year, but it's very soon to be released, and it will be available for sale. I know it will be sold at aph.org, so American Printing House will sell it. It will have the ability to be able to get funds for the school systems. Will be able to get multiple copies or multiple devices. So, as Mac was mentioning before in his education program that he does with the New Jersey Commission for the Blind, they'll be able to get it as well. And it will be something fabulous for agencies and then individuals that want to get a new Braille display with the ability to have refreshable Braille anywhere you go and for a low cost. Never seen anything like this. Joe, you probably never have either in all your years of being around blindness. So, but to have a low-cost Braille display will be phenomenal. I don't know if the NFB will be selling it in the independence market. I wouldn't be surprised though if we did. So be on the lookout. That is definitely coming. So I saw on the agenda, you know, it was funny. Joe said, just talk about your favorites, things that you interest you. Well, then I saw on the agenda, well, you guys are all stealing my favorites. You're talking about Apple iPhones, you're talking about Victor Streams, you're talking about all these different things. So I tried to think of something that that you did not have on your agenda that's related to both the iPhone and the Victor Stream. Those are two of my favorite devices that I use, that I travel with. I am a Braille reader, but I'm not a strong Braille reader. I didn't learn Braille till later in life. So I can do it, but trying to read a speech is difficult using a Braille for me. I'm not quite there yet where I can read a speech like President Riccobono does. But I'm going to get there one day, but I'm not there yet. So I've developed a style of doing speeches from Bruce Gardner, who put out a YouTube video where he uses the Victor Stream to deliver his speeches. And so I'll be delivering my speech on Saturday night and even some of the national representative report using the Victor Stream. So I'll have it in my ear. So if you steal my Victor Stream, you have stolen my speech. Just remember that. So, or if you steal my headphones.
In Jersey, you gotta watch out.
It's right here. But it's pretty fun. So that's how I'll give my speech, and I've got it down pretty well, and I don't think you'll be able to tell that I'm listening to it. It'll sound like I'm reading it. So it's a pretty fun way, and I'm really proud of the device, and I've gotten really good at using it. So an app that I really liked a lot, I've been using for quite some time. I use it on a computer and on the iPhone, and I transfer data from the computer to the Victor Stream using the software. The software is called System Access. How many of you have heard of that?
Yeah.
Good. So System Access is they've changed their name now of their mobile network. They used to call it the System Access Mobile Network. It's now called Sero, S-E-R-O. It's short for the name of the company, which was Serotech. How many of you have heard of iBlink Radio?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good. iBlink Radio